Good afternoon, friends. Back again for another podcast. There was some news that I've been kind of scathing through a little bit about this lady and this new husband of hers. And when I mention this name, I'm sure you guys are going to know exactly who I'm talking about. But her name is Tylee Vallow, and her kids, her missing kids, J.J Vallow and his sister Tylee. Tylee, I believe she was 17 or 18 years old. I think she was 17, and the little boy was 6 or is 6. He was adopted. I think he was a little autistic. So let's get into some of this, guys. This is a very, very strange, very complex story. Very strange and complex. There's a lot of people involved in this story, and unless you're able to understand how I'm explaining this to you, because there's like 7 or 10 people involved in this story. It's crazy. So let me just try to explain it to you. Tylee Ryan, 17 years old, and the boy is 7 years old, have been missing since September 2019 last year. And so what happened is Lori was married to a man named, what was his name? Well, we'll come across his name in a minute. Anyway, what happened is she and her family were having issues and problems, and Lori has a son named Alex that actually murdered her husband and claimed it was in self-defense. So let me just read some of this to you guys, because I'm still trying to learn how all this, and even the police department is having a hard time with this. This is a very complex story. I mean, I'm doing my very best. So the Hawaii Police Department arrested Tylee Vallow for not producing her 2 kids for the court. Her bond was set for $5 million. $5 million! And there's no proof the kids are even been injured or dead or anything. So we'll get into the charges here in a minute. But that was her bond. They tried to get her, without arresting her, they tried to get her to show up from, I believe it was Idaho. And she lived there originally from Idaho. And so her family, her siblings were like, where are your kids? Neighbors were reporting, we haven't seen your kids. Nobody has seen her kids. And so they were communicating with her, by either letter or by phone, saying, you need to produce your kids. You got so much time to produce your kids, or we're going to have a warrant for your arrest. Well, she didn't do it. So the Tylee Vallow and her new husband, family tree, the people involved, is a very complex story, but we're going to do the very best we can. So let's start. First one, Alex Cox, the brother of Tylee Vallow, which is the one who shot her husband. Once again, he's in his 20s, maybe 30s, because it didn't give his age, or at least I didn't find his age. Chad Daybell, husband of Lori. Okay, Chad is the new husband, and all this spiderweb of family members involved in this is so complex. So, and this story is going to add and get juicier as time goes on, as the investigation goes on. There's going to be more and more information about this. So, Tammy Daybell is the dead wife of Chad. So the new husband of Lori, which is Chad, his ex-wife was found dead in her bed. Chad showed up at home, supposedly called 911, whatever. She's dead. Tammy Daybell, dead wife of Chad. Oh my gosh. Tammy was the ex-wife of Chad, which is the new husband to Lori. So Tammy was the one that was found dead in bed from whatever problems, whatever issues. They are doing a new forensic test on her. They first ruled it as an accident or just, death, whatever. But after all this stuff's adding up, all this information is leaking out, they resumed her body out of the ground, and now they're doing an investigation on her body to find out what happened. So Charles Vallow, the dead ex-husband of Lori Vallow. Good gracious, man. So Charles was the ex-husband to Lori, and Chad Bell's ex-wife, which was Tammy Daybell. So that's 2 people dead. Kay Woodcock, Charles' sister, and Larry Woodcock, the husband to Kay, and J.J Vallow, adopted son to Lori, is in this triangle of mess. He's the adopted son. Once again, this is so complicated, because what's happening is, as this investigation goes on, their stories are changing. Lori's has changed, Chad's changed, all the siblings' stories have changed. And so as the news media leaks this information or reveals the information, the stories are changing. All the stories are changing. And so this is going to be a major movie. I promise you, this is going to be a major movie. The oldest kid to Lori is Colby Ryan. He's in his 20s. Now, he has a YouTube channel, and I've researched it. He's not really shooting anything on his channel but a plea to his mother to beg her to reveal the kids, his siblings. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Everybody's asking where the kids are at. And I've checked his YouTube channel, and he's got, I don't know how many thousands of views with only 4 videos or 5 videos, because this story is so hot. People want to know what's going on with these children. That's what everybody's concern is right now, and it should be, is the children. Where are the children? So, Melanie Berdue, the niece to Lori, and Don Berdue, the husband of Melanie, was attempted murder by, I believe it was Chris, let's see. No, Alex, I'm sorry. Alex Cox is the one who shot and killed Lori's ex-husband. And Alex Cox is the one that attempted murdering Berdue, which is the husband to the niece of Lori. He was driving his car. This guy pulls up, pulls a gun, shoots, but does not kill him. Actually, what happened was, not long after that happened, Alex Cox was found dead. He was found dead. Once again, the investigation gets deeper and deeper. Down the rabbit hole we go. Nobody knows what happened. He was found dead. So once Alex was found dead, the police was obviously no more investigation about the shooting of Lori's ex-husband, because Alex, which is the brother, said that the husband was trying to attack him, trying to assault him, trying to hurt him, kill him. And so the brother pulled out a gun and killed him, cold blood. Oh man. So guys, I believe this whole thing is a cult, because they're talking extensively about how Chad is into this cult, has brainwashed Lori. Lori was not the same person, months ago, a year ago. She was loving, caring about her family, her kids. She, cooked dinner, packed lunches, school events, all that stuff. And all of a sudden, she meets this guy that's in this religion cult, and starts convincing her that their religion teaches them that they're all gods, and unless you believe the same thing they believe, then they gotta get rid of you. You're no longer welcome. Define welcome. Does that mean they're gonna kill you? Well, several people are dying. Well, so far 3 are dead, and the 2 kids have not been found yet. some of these cults believe you're not with them, and they will do everything in their power to harm you, your family, or brainwash you to accept their belief. And if you don't, they want to get rid of you. Some of these people have been seen to write down exactly that. If you don't come aboard, then they'll have to kill you. This is ridiculous. This is craziness. I've always said, the beginning to all wars is over religion. It's a shame, it's sad, but it's true. Okay, so one of the charges is 2 counts of felony child desertion. Means deserted her children. That's 2 felony counts right there. That's 2 felony counts. And I believe each one of those charges was 14 years. That's 28 years combined, just for those 2 counts. The other charges are resisting or obstructing officers. That's not a felony. That's a misdemeanor. Criminal solicitation. It's another charge. That's also a misdemeanor. Contempt of court. That's also a misdemeanor. I believe what's going to happen is the DA is going to try to get, unless the kids are found alive, then that's going to change everything. But if the kids are not found, I believe they're just going to drop the misdemeanors and go after felonies. Well, if I was a DA, that's what I would think. That's how I'd feel, is that I'd want to go for the more instead of the lesser. Plus, she's making a mockery of the legal system. You know, dancing around, not answering letters, not answering to the courts, not showing up to the courts, just ignoring everybody, then until the cops go over and knock on the door. And she got arrested in Hawaii. So now they're doing an extradition, or fighting over extradition, about going back to Idaho. And we don't know if she's going to fight that. We think she's going to. But her bond set it for $5 million. She ain't going nowhere. Okay, so... the brother of Lori shot and killed Lori's husband, Charles Vallow. And then Alex Cox was found dead. We just talked about that. I really believe this is going to be made into a movie, guys. This is some, and I tried my very best to get more details, but there were so many opinions, there were so many people, and their stories were changing so drastically. So I was like, you know what, I want to try to stick to you know, what's been written by the courts and what's been written by the major news stream, and even some of that's probably going to change. JJ was JJ was latest seen September on 2019 when Lori pulled him from school and said she was going to do some homeschool with him from home. That was the last time they saw him from school. He never went back. They never saw him back at school. That was it. The last time Tylee, Ryan, the oldest daughter, which was 17 years old, was seen at Yellowstone Park, and Lori was there, her brother was there before he was, you know, found dead. And the younger brother was there, JJ. So Lori, her brother, her youngest son, not her oldest, because her oldest son was not there. JJ was there, and Tylee, the oldest daughter, 17-year-old daughter, was there. They all left but Tylee. She was not to be seen. So the brother left, Lori left, and the youngest son left. Tylee was not seen. I believe what's going on is, and this is my humble opinion, I believe that this woman Lori has been so brainwashed to believe and follow this cult that anybody that was against it, that didn't join or did not accept it, I believe they probably killed her. But we won't know until further evidence is shown. We just don't know yet. But that's, I mean, why would you not respond to the courts, man? If your kids are alive and are well, just say, sure, no problem. Take your kids to the court. Here's my kids. You know, why aren't you being a better mother? I'm so sorry, I will. Okay, bad girl, you didn't respond real quick, but go be a good mother. But she didn't, and the kids cannot be found. Nobody knows where they're at. Not good. There is no evidence that Lori is paying child case anywhere, or child care. So even after the kids supposedly vanished, the police department, child support service, all these people cannot find any proof that she's paying child care anywhere. So there's no proof that she's trying to be a good mother. There's just nothing there. She's incriminating herself. She's destroying herself. Just walk up to the judge and hand the key and say, here you go, Your Honor, just whatever you want to do with me. I mean, it's not looking good for you, Lori. Lori and her new husband is living in Hawaii, and their place is searched by the local police department in Hawaii. There's a condo with 2 bedrooms, and there's only 2 chairs, 2 briefcases, just everything in pairs for those 2. No kids, no toys, no kids' clothes, no nothing. Just Lori and her husband. I mean, they wanted to find something to prove that there was children there somewhere. Nothing. As if they didn't exist. This story is anything but normal. You know, I'm going to look more into this story just because my curiosity is peaking on this. I've never ran across a story like this with so many people involved, so many dynamics involved in a story, and so many loose strings involved. You know, you can't keep this a secret. I mean, especially with so many people involved. Somebody is going to feel the pressure more so than the other person, and somebody's going to break or snap. And they're just not going to handle that kind of stress. And they're going to say, you know what, I just want this over with. And it's going to leak, and it's going to blow skyrocket, this story. Wide open. And maybe then we'll have peace. Everybody will have some peace to know what's really happened and pick up the pieces and move on. And this just started last year in September. And now this is February of 2020. And there's going to be a lot more stories coming out, a lot more evidence being revealed. And who knows how far down a rabbit hole this story is going to go. And like I said, guys, I did my very best to nail all the information here the very best I could, because these people's stories that they're telling the police department, attorneys, and judges are changing. And not to mention, the husband's not even charged yet with anything. He's walking a free man in Hawaii. And he's got kids in America that he just abandoned. Wow. Guys, make sure you like us, subscribe to us, and ring the bell. Ringing the bell means as soon as I make another video, you're notified of that. And you'll see the new video. And that way you can keep up with the podcast and know how these stories have changes. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of changes. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people coming out. The story's going to leak, and it's going to get even more depth. So, I'm glad you guys could join me. I hope you enjoy the channel. And if you have any questions, please comment. I'm sure you're going to have some questions. I would. I've still got a bunch of questions, and I don't have answers to them yet. But make sure you comment, post, like, ring the bell, subscribe to us, and we will see you next time, guys. See ya!